What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Chase Briscoe absolutely goes 2016 Martin Truex Jr. and dominates a crown jewel event. Goes back-to-back and wins yet again at Darlington. What a phenomenal performance by that 19 crew. And that race to win Diecast is going to be incredible. Make sure to pre-order that one. The playoff Darlington Southern 500 race win. Probably going to have some confetti on there. You can tap it over there at Circle B. They should be offering that one pretty soon. So shout out to all the Chase Briscoe fans. I picked Byron to win this race. I don't know what the 24 car was doing, but they weren't even close tonight. I don't even think they finished top 10 or top 15 perhaps. What an interesting Darlington race. We'll be talking all about it. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up, and let's talk Darlington. So, the playoffs open up. I did a playoff prediction video, so we're not going to be talking about that necessarily in this one. If you're curious what I predicted for the playoffs, you can check out that video. You don't have to, okay? But I did pick Byron. Now, this race really did felt like the 2016 Coca-Cola 600 because one guy just absolutely dominated. Briscoe smoked the whole show. I think it was 309 laps led. And what's interesting is Darlington in the next-gen era has quietly been a racetrack that is dominated by one guy. Doesn't mean they win it, but it has really been dominated by one driver each race. If you go back to the springtime, of course, William Byron, clearly the best car, got away from him with the pit strategy, and he, didn't win that race. The finishing laps of this event were remarkable. Tyler Reddick just letting it all go at the last bit, trying to ride the wall like it's Homestead, and he had a chance to win this race, but like Kyle Busch in 2024, he didn't want to win it the aggressive way, which I respect. I think if this was a cutoff race and Tyler Reddick was 30 points out or something and had to win, the 19 car would have not came out of turn 4 unscathed. They would have been probably side by side, beating and banging to the line, because the 45 had about the bumper to the front fender well underneath Briscoe in 3 and 4. He could have drove up into him, not wreck him, but at least slow him down a little bit to give him a chance. Obviously, if Reddick tries that and spins out, let's say he screws up, he might lose 10, 15, 20-something points. Not a wise decision when he's not, 2 points above the bubble. So I think it was a good decision by Reddick, albeit it's a crown jewel race. You want to win that event, as my battery just went out. Let me change that real quick. All right, got that fixed. But, it's a Southern 500. It's a crown jewel event. All the different winners throughout the years, right? Even when the playoffs is over, you're going to remember who won these events. And that's the one thing I really wish Reddick would have kind of done, is maybe been a little bit more aggressive at the end. But, hey, I respect the clean racing as well. So, my overall opinion of the entire event, it was probably, in my honest opinion, the least favorite, in my opinion, out of all the next-gen Southern 500s. Again, it was a domination event. I'm not opposed to a driver dominating one event. I'm not opposed to that. But for a Darlington race, it didn't have a lot of cautions, a lot of restarts, a lot of just drama that Darlington has been known for. I mean, don't believe me, go look at a random Gen 5 era Darlington race, and it seems like every 17 laps someone's wrecking, right? I mean, they had a lot of drama. So that was one thing I wish was a little bit better. Maybe a couple more cautions, a little bit more calamity. But a lot of playoff drivers found a way to, once again, make it a lot more difficult than they need to be. I talked about this a ton in my playoff prediction video. We see this every year. Drivers out there making dumb mistakes in the playoffs. If they would just, putt around the track, get a top 20, they'll get out of the first round. Why? Because there's always 3 to 4 drivers that just can't help themselves. They got to find a way to screw it up. I don't know what's going on with the 48 camp, but that was one of the worst pit stops I've ever seen. I have no idea what happened, but they had like a 40-second green flag pit stop. I felt terrible for Bowman because he just sitting in that car. Probably felt like an hour, those 40 seconds. And just really terrible start to the playoffs for him. And then SVG, I think they got off sequence trying to get lucky with a caution. My thing is that you already had Bowman and Josh Berry, once again, finding a way to, unfortunately, make their playoffs a lot more difficult than it needs to be. You could have just got a top 25 and been okay. I think he finished 30th to 32nd, give or take. You just lost points, right? So I don't know exactly what happened there, but they had to make a pit stop late. I feel like they should have just stayed on course with everybody else if possible. I understand they might have been a lap down or two, and that might have thrown a monkey wrench into it. But the point is, take what you can get. If you can get 20th out of Darlington, take it and go, right? When you only have to be better than 4 drivers. You don't have to be 5th on the points. You don't have to be 10th. You just need to be better than the 13th place car on the 16 playoff drivers. That's it. So that's one little thing I kind of have a bone to pick, so to speak. But it's gonna be an uphill climb for Berry and Bowman. SVG not so much, because like Logano, Austin Dillon, Cindric, Elliott, surprisingly, look, don't even get me started on the 9 car. I don't know what they were doing. They rolled off the truck slow, qualifying not good. I don't know what they were doing during the race, but man, they missed the setup or something. Elliott has had some really good runs at Darlington. It's not that he can't drive Darlington. That car just was not good. So now they're in that mix of, if they don't go to Gateway and have an average result, or go to Bristol and have an average result, there is a realistic scenario Elliott could, in theory, miss the cut line. Because you go to Darlington and you don't have a great run. You miss out on stage points. The right guys win stage points. You quickly fall behind. So moving forward, Gateway is the next event. This is going to be funny. Imagine going to a sports bar next week. And you're like, you know what? I can't wait to watch NASCAR at Gateway. Like, 98% of every single TV in that sports bar are going to be NFL games. You want to know why? Because the NFL regular season starts next week. Now, why out of all times to have a NASCAR Cup Series race, you want to have it opening weekend for a sport that got over 130 million people watching the Super Bowl. Over 20 million people watched each game last year. There's 256 games. It was like 15 to 20 million average, if you take the high and low numbers. Let's run our Cup Series race up against like 6 to 8 NFL games opening week. Yeah, I don't expect great ratings. I'm just keeping it real. I've harped on it a lot the last year or so. Going against the NFL, not a smart idea in terms of ratings, considering how popular it is. And in college football continues to get more popular as well. I digress. So I'm extremely happy and excited that the NFL is starting, but now I have to pick and choose. Now I have to watch Gateway, the next-gen car. That one's going to be exciting. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope it's a demo derby. Hey, Phoenix and Richmond proved me wrong this year, so I hope it's a great race. We'll see how that one goes. Maybe we'll get a little bit of rain. Maybe it spices it up a little bit. Some wet weather tire racing. New Hampshire last year was crazy in a good way. Maybe we'll get a little bit of magic like that. What do y'all think? What do y'all expect from Gateway? What do y'all think about tonight's Darlington Southern 500? I feel like the race should still be going right now. That's how quick it was. I wish it felt more like a late night Southern 500. That I don't know. It definitely, out of the 4, or what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. What? Is it 4 or 5 next gen races? I can't think straight. I need some more coffee. But out of the next gen era, I think it was probably my least favorite Southern 500. Nothing to do with the winner. No, just the overall event itself. I just wish there was a little bit more of that Darlington chaos that we know this track's capable of. And it's not the track's fault. I just think they might actually be getting a better hand on this next-gen car. So I heard earlier this year, and it was Kyle Larson, and he said, I kind of wish they would change the rules package because it has been the same the last few years. And I'm like, almost every year I've watched NASCAR racing since like 2011. Every year they have a new rules package. It's high downforce, it's low downforce. It's a new spoiler, it's a new splitter. It's horsepower, it's no horsepower. They've kind of kept the next-gen car almost the same since 2022. So I'm kind of wondering, should they just try something crazy to kind of maybe spice it up a little bit to help with the Dovers and the Darlingtons that I see a lot of people in the comment sections talking about? Could help have a little bit of help on passing. But I love Darlington. It deserves 2 race dates. Get your car right, we'll be all good. But absolutely, I enjoyed the event nonetheless. Huge shout, Chase Briscoe getting that W. The race 1 diecast is going to be bananas. Go ahead and get it. And if you're a Briscoe cat, they just dropped his 2025 164 diecast. You can pick that one up. Did a diecast review on it literally this week. We did 2 Chase Briscoe diecast reviews this week. His 2024 A&M car, Texas A&M car, and then we did the Bass Pro Shops primary. So it's kind of bananas that his 2 diecast dropped verbatim the exact same week that he freaking wins, and it's just kind of crazy. So that's all for now, and we should have a diecast haul maybe next week, maybe not. Circle B had like 20 something diecasts in the 164 scale that just arrived the last few days. So if you're a 164 collector, you better hurry up and get over there and get you some, because there's a ton of new 164s that have just dropped like 3 or 4 days ago. So go tap in. A lot of great stuff. That's all for now. Diecast Buffet. Have a blessed one. Signing off.